Today in front of you we have the Spartan Pallas. I'm not sure. I'm not exactly. Usually I'm up on these Greek words, and I don't know what this means.
Pallas.
Yeah, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. I don't know the definition. This is a USA-made knife. It's designed by Curtis Iovito. I do know that much. And I really like that blade. Like it's got this crowning going on, kind of like the Acrobus. It does succeed its size to the Acrobus. We'll break that out in a second. Before we get into all that, this knife was sent in by Don Farmer by way of Nick Edward at Behind the Edge. Use Behind the Edge 10. You'll get 10% off at all your D&K knives purchases. Of all your D&K knives purchases. What you got?
I was going to see that box.
Oh, go ahead.
If you were done with it.
I'm done with it. Just don't want you touching it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it's D&K, Don Farmer. We covered that. That's all of his information. If you want to pause the video, get it. Got it? Good. Move on. This is
the goddess of wisdom.
The goddess of wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I didn't know anything about it. All right.
And it's also the second largest asteroid. Its name.
That's not. Right. That should be Hercules or something. Anyway, this knife is like it's 8 7/8 inches, man. It's almost a 9-inch knife.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a 4.5-inch cutting edge. Is that right? That can't be right. 1, 2, 3. No, 3.5-inch cutting edge with about a 4-inch blade. Almost a 4-inch. Maybe like a 3 7/8 inch blade. It is USA made, aluminum construction, and a button lock. I have seen people say, giving that much money for an aluminum
frame.
Yeah.
Or handle.
And a lot of these people I happen to know are Microtech fans. It's very interesting. It's very, but
Yeah.
it's okay. I'm not here to judge. I'm just here to think out loud. Anyway, the goddess of wisdom.
Yep.
I'm not a button lock fan. I like that knife. Blade centering's perfect. You can't move it from side to side while it's closed. That's just a Spartan thing, man. It's got a real pivot. It's awesome. When I say real pivot, I'm just talking about like it's a nice sturdy pivot. Yeah.
Ha-ha.
I was gonna grab you up one of these. I didn't realize it was so
that big. Yeah. But the flipper's a little weak.
Flipper's weak?
The flipper's a little weak to me. But the button works well. Thumb studs work well.
Yeah, I can't push button that, can you?
No. It's a little weak.
Or I can't push button that. I won't say nobody can push button that, but I can't. The D10's weak.
Yeah.
And there's no way to adjust that.
What?
That's pivot.
Oh, okay.
I mean, that's okay. We wouldn't be adjusting it anyway. This knife doesn't belong to us.
No.
So I'm not going to play with it. But this isn't an elite grade, so it's a Go class. Here's another elite grade Go class that was designed by Curtis Iovito. I know you guys are tired
no,
of
that
looking
one
at this
will.
That's okay. You can suffer.
A few more times.
I almost lost this knife, y'all. If you see that video that says I lost a $500 knife today, I was referring to the Acrobus, and it was a bad day. It ended good. I'm glad it ended the way it did. I probably would have never got to sleep, but wound up finding it, and all was well.
I'm glad he found it when he did. It saved me 40 minutes.
Yes.
To go to his work and search around the vehicle.
Yeah, well, I told you I wasn't necessary anyway.
But I was going to.
It's either there or it's not, Yeah, okay. What do you think about it?
I think to be as big as it is, it's actually pretty comfortable to to operate.
Yeah.
There's some that are that long that, and I've said this before, but just because the knife's longer doesn't mean it has to be thick like a brick.
Yeah.
And this one does well. It stays thinner to where it's still easy to manipulate with smaller hands, but is big enough to be like a full-size knife.
Right. Like the stonewash finish on it is S45VN. Thumb studs feel great. It's right hand, tip up only.
Mm-hmm.
Inset, not recessed. I like an inset pocket clip. There's a space there for it. Not non-recessed screws, barrel spacers, 3 standoff construction, open flow design.
Does it have any liners in there? It doesn't, does it?
No, I don't think it does. I don't believe it does. I don't see any. I believe this is the handle is the frame.
Yeah.
I like the action on it. Like I'm not sure. I'm gonna be honest, man. I'm not sure. I'm not positive I would carry it, but it's not bad. You know, like it's, as far as the action goes, like I like the action. I'm not sure I'd carry it, because I like, and the reason why I say I'm not sure I carry it is because like I do tend to like the frame locks better, and I'm not sure what they've coated this with. I've heard choir boys sing their praises on the coatings on the blade for sure. You know, like this one doesn't
have the coating.
It doesn't have the coating. The Acrobus has the coating, and the Acrobus will get to the point where it looks like it's just been put through hell and back, and you can just take a little bit of WD-40.
Very much patinaed.
Yeah, and it'll look brand new. Just wipe it off with a little bit of WD-40, and it'll look brand new again. And that's whatever kind of coating they use on the blade. I commend that, because it really keeps the blade in good shape. But I'm not sure about the powder coating on the handle. I'm not saying I'd be scared of it, but it's like it's at that point, you know, it's about a $300 knife.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't want to scratch it up. So like if the coating was to come off easy, like I'd probably just keep it around for fidgeting and stuff like that. That's me personally. Do I feel like the knife is capable? Yeah, I feel like it'd be a perfectly capable knife. I just know like powder coating in aluminum.
Reminds me very much of the. Go ahead. Sorry,
No,
I
you go
interrupted
ahead.
you. Reminds me a lot of my first knife, flintlock.
The Vector?
Yeah, like the feel of it, like in hand operation. It's familiar.
Yeah.
Like that was aluminum too, I believe.
It was a different kind of coating, but yeah. But yeah, I mean, like, was it the Kershaw Knockout had an aluminum frame on it?
Yeah.
And I believe that's where my mind's going. You know, it was like the powder coating just started
coming off,
flaking off.
My experience, well, it wasn't powder coating. Never mind, on mine. Yeah, it was aluminum, but it wasn't powder coated.
No, the Vector had a pretty good, you know, and I'm not saying this one would either. You know,
Right, just don't know because you hadn't had any experience with it.
Right. I'd hate to
Find out it scratches real easy, and every time you bump it.
Yeah. You know, I was like, I mean, in one sense, but in another sense, like,
shows you're using it.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I mean, if you're going to keep it and it doesn't matter and you're never going to get rid of it and you love the knife and you scratch it up, those are your scratches. Those are your scars. Those are your, you know, like you put those memories there. So like, there's nothing wrong with that. But like, if it's one that if you're like me and you're infatuated with the design for a little while and then you're like, I'd rather like, you know, like let me sell this off and grab something else or whatever, to entertain myself for a little while. I try to keep my knives in as good a condition as possible, just in case the day comes that I want to trade it off. I don't have somebody be like, well, I'll give you that for it, but it's got a couple scratches on it, you know. And I understand that. Sometimes that's me too. You know, I'll be like, I know what you're asking for, but
it looks rough.
It looks pretty rough. So here's my offer: take it or leave it. I just don't like to be the guy on the other end of that conversation. So that's me. All right, you got jimping on both sides. Curtis thought about you. You know, if you want to be a stabby dude, you know, he's got you covered. All your jimping covered. You got thumb jimping on both sides. I don't know. It might, yeah. It'd be kind of weird. Maybe left-handed?
Yeah.
No. Like,
Turn
you got this blade.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm just trying to showcase this jimping right here, right, for the
Yeah.
thumb. But you got this blade going to dig into your hand. That's not going to be good for anybody. So this jimping on this side, on the back, I think will be perfectly usable. And this jimping over here may be perfectly usable for your index finger to wrap around, in a reverse grip. And I don't know, it feels great in every grip. I don't feel any hot spots. Maybe the pocket clip just ramps up just a little much, but not too bad, man. Not too bad. Like there's a little bit of a ramp there, but it's not killing me or anything. Okay, Courtney, you got any final thoughts?
I think it would be a good full size user.
You want one?
I don't know.
If you want one, we'll get you one.
Yeah, I know. I just don't know how I want to spend that money right now.
Well, I wasn't asking you to spend the money. Just asking if you want one. I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
I think Spartan makes an excellent knife. It's 45 VNs, nothing to be scared of. They are making the move to magnet cut.
Okay.
Like I don't at this point I don't have a preference between magnet cut and S45 VN. S45 VN's done me very well. S35 VN's done me very well.
Yeah, for what we typically
Yeah.
use knives for, it's apples and oranges.
I'm not gonna
really.
let my shit rust. So I'm not really concerned about like being 100% corrosion resistance. Like it's not gonna rust. We got guns we ain't shot in forever. They get oiled every once in a while.
Every once in a while.
Every once in a while. Enough to keep them operable. Okay. Final thoughts.
No, I'm good.
All right. Thank you for watching. We'll catch you on the flip side.